In this video, I'm going to talk about the fact that you are not bored enough. And what I mean by this is that you're always consuming content, right? When we were kids, just look back to when we were kids. We didn't have anything, right? Like we were at school and we would be in class for like 7 hours. We'd socialize a little bit. We'd get home. We'd probably play some games or like do whatever we want, and then we'd go to sleep, and then we'd repeat. But most of the day, Ray, if it isn't a holiday, you're not doing anything. Like you're just thinking, right? Like in class, you're not listening in class. You're just bored, and because you're bored, your mind wanders and you make connections and you make opinions and you start thinking about that one thing you need to think about. And then, is it a surprise why kids are always happy? Now, let's not look at that side. Let's look at the negative side. Right now, every second of the day, you're consuming something, right? Don't lie to me. If you're watching this, you probably watch Reels. You probably watch TikTok. You probably watch YouTube Shorts. I do the same thing. I'm no better, right? You play video games all day. You do all this stuff. Fine. At what point are you not consuming something? Right? When I say consuming, I mean just stuff getting inputted, right? At what point are you just in your own head and thinking? Tell me. On your bed? No, you're on your phone. In the living room, let's say you're eating food, you're on your phone watching eating food. When you're taking a shit, you're also on your phone. Before you sleep, you're on your phone. When you're outside, you're listening to music. When you're with your friends, sure, you're like not doing any of that, but you're still inputting because you're with your friends. And so, what point in anything in your day are you not doing something? We've gotten to the point, unfortunately, where life has just gotten very abundant, right? Everything's available at your fingertips. Now, that is good now, right? That's a good thing that you can like get information on like whenever you want. You can get the answers for your questions. You can get some help. But 99% of the time, you don't need that much help. And so this causes your brain to have like a lot of backlog. It's like when you're washing dishes and then there's like the sink like filter, and then whenever you're done washing dishes, all like the weird food that didn't get thrown away is now in that sink and now it's clogged, so the water can't go through. And then you have to take it out and throw away. Your brain is constantly trying to throw away that trash, but you're not letting it because you're always consuming something. And so if you're always consuming something, no wonder you can't focus when you want to study. When you sit down, you can't study. When you are talking to your friend, you're always like ADHD, you're doing something. You can't just sit there and have a conversation with the guy. You cannot, right? And you might not even know that this is happening. That's the sad part. You just like, it just happens. A guy is trying to have a conversation with you and you're just like fidgeting and like you're throwing shit around and like, what? You can't sit still. You're like a broken guy. You're like a broken toy. You can't just stay and do one thing. And so the one way to fix this is to just be bored, right? It's an easy solution. Just be bored, right? Whenever you're in life and you go to the bathroom, don't take your phone. Just go for a walk. Like I'm not saying like never listen to music again on a walk, but I'm saying just go for a deliberate walk for like 30 minutes and just think. You're gonna be bored. That's okay, right? People for some reason don't like being bored. It's okay being bored. Like I know your brain is like trying to figure out what to do, but then even then, let it think, because this is how kids are born. Kids are grown up. At least when we were a kid, we didn't have iPads, so we just grew up being bored. We had very little stimulation. And because we had very little stimulation, we had a lot of time to think. And that's why kids are happy and kids are content and kids grow much better and healthier than we do as adults. Because when we're adults, we're always overloaded with everything. And so when you're watching this video, I hope it clicks in you, right? I don't know who's gonna watch this video, but I hope it clicks in you to understand that, hey, maybe I should be bored a little bit more and not consume all day. You're still gonna find yourself consuming content. This is gonna be a truth. Like you're always gonna be finding yourself consuming some or the other content. But the truth is, you wanna be able to control when you do that. And you do that by allowing your brain to think. If you never allow your brain to process emotions, you're going to be sad all the time. Why? Because there's a lot of backlog, right? I'm not even like surprised, right? You get a lot of negative stuff in your life and you never think through it. And so when your brain tries to think through it and make you happy, you're over here consuming content and not letting that happen. And so your brain just backlogs it. And now you're wondering why people are always sad. People are not motivated. People take drugs. People play a lot of video games. People just sit on their ass all day not doing anything and they're, oh my god, I need motivation. It's because you're not processing whatever is in your brain. It's all backlogged. And so you need to let that happen. And now that you know this, you have no excuse to be like, oh, I'm not motivated. You are, right? If you have enough reason to do something, you will be motivated. You don't want to go to the gym, not because you don't want to go to the gym. It's because there's a lot of shit in your head that you haven't thought through. Once you finish thinking through, automatically you're just gonna feel okay and be like, okay, I want to take care of myself. Let me go to the gym. And it's gonna happen normally. You just need to let it happen. I hope this video made sense. And I might make more in this topic because it's like a very interesting topic to me right now. But that's basically it. If you really want to improve how you feel, just think shit through. Stop always calling your friends. Stop always playing video games. Stop always on reels. Stop always doing shit. Stop. Even if you read books, like just stop for a little bit and just sit down for 30 minutes or go for a walk. Or when you're taking a shit, just don't take your phone. And you'll know what I'm talking about. Your brain will just go in a direction because it can finally leave. It's like you just took out a 20-kilogram backpack off your back and now your brain's free to just think. Let it think. Kids, when we were kids at least, I don't know the new generation, that's a different story, but when I was a kid, in school, I had nothing to like keep myself active. My brain was the only thing. And so even though I wasn't listening in class, my brain was making connections. I was making opinions. I was like, okay, so, even if it's like something like Minecraft, like I think like, oh, when I was playing my world yesterday and in that world, like, oh, I want to build this when I'm home. But like, okay, I want to build this, but then, maybe like, I'll take like 20 minutes to do it, I don't know, but then I'll try to do it. Then I'll hop on the game with my friends, I'll go on a server and I'll play like Bed Wars or something. Like I'll think of something and my brain will just go into different directions and make connections so that I'm happy. I don't have to think about anything. If one guy pissed me off and I'm in class, I'll just think through that entire thing. I'll be like really, really angry. And then by the time the class ends, my anger has left and now I'm just a happy guy. But now because of you, some guy 3 weeks ago pissed you off and you're still resenting it because you're not allowing your brain to think about it. And so just think about stuff. Bye-bye.